B-Rad of modernhealthcoach.com here with Osiris of Alchemdix, Elixirs of Earth, and I'm going to talk to you about minerals and why they're so important for you. And they're the elemental building blocks of the universe. Minerals are the elements. If you look at the periodic table, there's 108, I think, or so, and about 92 naturally occurring or below lead. There's a whole bunch of minerals. They're mainly metals, and they're all elements, and a lot of them we call minerals that we take, and we need like 80 or so of them to survive. And every disease that has ever occurred to man can be traced back to a mineral shortage. Magnesium being the most common, and that's involved in over 300 some chemical processes. And then sulfur is a real big one as well. Now the soil doesn't have all the minerals. The soil's been treated improperly, and the minerals are gone, so they use petrochemicals, carbon, phosphorus, phosphorus and some others that have clogged up the estuaries. So it's a toxic, sick planet, we all know that, and you need to detox. And all these toxins that come into you are positively electrically charged, and they don't have an outer electron, so they steal and they break you down to get that electron to bind into your tissue, say mercury or what have you. To get into you, to break it down. And so you need minerals as the building blocks to catalyze all the repair that's needed to live today, because it's more than meets the eye out there in the world. So you need minerals, and the best way to get minerals is in a liquid form, and the best minerals to get are ormus minerals. And what's ormus? Ormus is another word for orme. O-R-M-E, acronym, orbitally rearranged monoatomic elements. Orbitally rearranged means M-state matter, high energy state spin, not just a rock, it's a vibratory rock. And Einstein called these spooky characteristics, is what ormus he called. And it opens up the whole Pandora's box here. And I'll let this man follow through. We have here gold and platinum. And I want to add too that every king dating back before they were making monolithic structures all over the world that we still can't figure out, had an alchemist that made him ormus before every ceremony to get back to the stars from whence we came. And ormus is the gateway, I don't want to use the term drug, but it's the gateway, whatever you want to term, elixir of Earth to get back to the stars. And it's they had white gold was a popular one. We have a great gold here that he's crafted, and platinum is the sister to the gold, which is the king. And Osiris can break that down further. And what is the relationship with the gold and the platinum?
Well, for me, I find that once we understand that minerals are extremely intrinsic in the human infrastructure, that we also have a hierarchical system of minerals that seem to create extremely valuable evolutionary effects, or just seem to be a part of everyday maintenance and nutrition in the body. As far as I'm concerned, if I'm looking at the periodic table, I'm going to look to the center of the periodic table at what I call the king and the queen of the periodic table. Gold, the combination of the word God and old. Platinum, Latin inum, very feminine. Obviously, we can see that the house is named after the female, the platinum group, but the title is named after the male, the noble metals. So if we take all the minerals on the periodic table and we're going to create a hierarchy with them, to me, in my experience, gold is king and platinum is queen. Now, ironically enough, we do see that gold and platinum play a major role in electrical conductivity in industry. Now, why not adjust that to the human body and understanding how to upgrade our own electrical fields, our own genetic material, unlocking evolutionary codes, regenerating the DNA, creating a euthanian effect, increasing nervous system function and ability to be mobile, and increasing dreaming and brain function, increasing resolve, increasing REM sleep regeneration. These are the types of things that are very valuable, and hence gold and platinum have been valued forever. So for starters, if we're talking about M-state material, if we're talking about the Ferrari of bioavailability, or the most absorbable state of matter, and then we're going to create a hierarchy, gold, ormus, plat ormus, or M-state gold, or M-state platinum are my first and second picks for the most important mineral nutrition in the body, and probably the most important two nutrients to the body ever. They've once again put a major focus on youthening the body, a major effect in upgrading the light body and the electrical system of the body. We're talking the endocrine system, we're talking brain function, we're talking DNA regeneration factor. These are the types of things that are priceless. Can you really put a price on youth? Can you really put a price on your processing speed, your resolve, your consciousness, and your conductivity of reality? Well, gold and platinum, once again, have been valued for an eternity, used as a currency. Even today, the U.S. government backs their wealth by gold, and most governments do. Because real wealth is health. Real wealth is consciousness. Yeah, for sure. Real wealth is regeneration factor and evolutionary factor. That is my general overview for the king and the queen on the periodic table.
Also wanted to add too that the ormus state is next level, because remember ionic silver, where you get the battery 9 volts, you get the 2 things of silver in the water and you wait. That's electrolysis, by the way. That's how your foot bath and your Kangen water works, and cars that run on water work on that as well. And you separate it and then you drink that's colloidal, okay? That's got a bigger particle size, and they had nano or atomic, and they have diatomic, and now we're down to monoatomics. One atom of an organic source cannot be any more absorbable than that. We have it, okay? So check it out. This man's delivered happy customers coast to coast here. I don't get anything but lights turned on over people's heads when they consume these products.
As good as gold and platinum too.
So deliver and you shall see.
Let's go a little more into just somewhat of that M state and the importance of absorbability in the human body. That word bioavailability. We talked about earlier colloidal state. Colloidal is potentially metal toxic, but the body assimilates colloidal particles and turns them into diatomic salts. If it can do that fast enough, you don't have a problem. If it can't, what you have is metal toxicity. The next step was nano. Nano was made up of about 80 to 50 to 150 atoms, and normally the body deals pretty well with something that small. It can break those atoms apart and create the salts it needs. But why? It's extra potential, once again, for using up energy in the body, and if you did take enough nano product, you could create a metal toxicity. Now, the next step was ionic, or diatomic salts. These seem to be what the digestion process is creating with hydrochloric and nitric acid anyway. You might as well pre-digest all your minerals and make sure they're water-soluble salts, and then you have basically no chance of metal toxicity, and the body's not using any extra energy. But now we've taken it to the next level. David Hudson and M-state material. Basically, it's not a salt, it's not a compound, it's a monoatomic atom, an M-state material, an ORM material, and to be quite honest, it's not even monoatomic, it's half an atom, because supposedly half of this material is in another dimension, or light state. We got light speed bioavailability here. This is the Ferrari, the top shelf. There's probably nowhere else you can go at this point except into basic frequency or all light. And if you can figure out some way to stabilize all light and drink it, well, then they might call you an alchemist.
Amen. That name is still alive here today, and it's brought the full circle with the gold and platinum for higher consciousness, DNA repair, and a whole lot more in store. It's like the genie in the bottle.
Let's get noble.
That is for sure. So check it out. Gold ormus, platinum ormus. What's the concentrations you going today?
We got 30 parts per million on the gold, and we got 50 parts per million on the platinum.
So quite a dose. I like to do the capsule. Seems to go. You can take more if you like, but you probably start slow and work your way up with anything.
With most people, I tell them to feel in. Obviously, suggested is a teaspoon, about a capful. But if you feel that you need to take more or less, most people who are on the psychic path, the esoteric path, are very sensitive. They understand what is upgrading them and what is not. But teaspoon a day for starters. But feel free to increase the volume if you feel it's enhancing your ability to regenerate yourself or enhance your reality in any form.
Cheers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, brother.
Anytime, brother.
All right, it was good. I hope you guys enjoyed. Information is power, and this is correct information. I hope you took it to heart and mind and body, soul, and beyond.
And some information that for centuries and maybe even an eternity has been somewhat kept secret. But as most people have said, there are no secrets, because when the student is ready, the teacher appears.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right, change is on. Make
Absolutely.
it be.
Liquid light, full speed ahead.
Yeah.